What up, what up, what up, y'all? Back at it with another vlog. Decided to kind of do it a different way, back to the format and setup that I had on StreamYard, just to give a better, cleaner look and stuff like that. But anyway, let me see if I can get some alert tags out, inform people that I'm actually on live that are not in the know. Some people don't pay attention to detail, and some people just don't care, but we don't care about people that don't care. Let's see. Go on here. There we go. So now we can get down to business of this discussing things. But I don't like silence, so we're definitely gonna have some music in the background here. So of course, quite fitting. Got to put on my boys on Flow Fam and stuff, Azazel, as our choice of background music. All right, so as I discussed on the previous vlog and stuff, we're still looking for a matchup for Gila. Ooh, I got that song a little bit too loud there. Let me go ahead and turn that down. All right, I think that might be better. Right about. Bring it down to that level. Okay, so yeah, we're still looking for a battle for Gila's return on StreetTalk. Now, everybody that has been a part of StreetTalk and been a part of some of the events and stuff that we do and what we carry in that flag, and a moniker that we say in our trademark of the talk is different. Y'all know on our platform and the content that we display is a lot more different than anybody else's different leagues and stuff that they got going on and stuff like that. They don't highly promote that image, but we do. This is the urban, this is the underground. This is where, it's not just like insert rapper name here punchlines and Superman punches. This is the part where people get in their bag and they have stories inside their intangibles of their punchlines or what they display. This is what we eat up. This is what what the fans go crazy about. This is what this platform was all about, to kind of get the separation from the how can I say, it's more so a separation from suburban rap and the urban environment, being in the slums, being in the gutter, and being in those elements. That's what we are about over here at StreetTalk. And to segue back into it, to trying to figure out who to pair with Gila, shout out to Noobs, who's also wanting to, he just left a comment right there that he is open to a audio battle. You haven't heard News do an audio battle in maybe about a year or two. So that's definitely something to definitely look into, to try to see if we can get a matchup for him. I know he's itching to get back into the ring and stuff like that and get some of that rust off. So we'll see what we can get going for him. Maybe a Kai Anthony, but that, that could be a fire matchup for him. And give me another beat going. We also got still in the making is the Vincentino versus Stephen Seymour Brown. We're still at the near ending of getting that completed. So hopefully I'll be able to get that to y'all at a very, very short notice. Y'all know, y'all know how I move. You know, when a battle's completed, is that's when I start doing the heavy promotions and stuff like that, and really pushing the agenda of getting that information out to y'all and getting y'all hyped up and anticipating the battle. Other things to kind of like touch on and stuff like that, outside of what we do over here in Facebook, battle rap scene and stuff like that, is you know, the recent activity that happened the other day or the night before was the release of Kanye West album, or should I say the live listening party for his album. Yeah, a couple fire joints and stuff. One that was most talked about was the collaboration with Freddie Gibbs, who had a incredible verse on there, and some are already harping on it being like the verse of the year. And I think that's more so because Freddie Gibbs is now being pushed forward into the mainstream after kind of like being more so underground, and only people that are really hip hop heads would know who Freddie Gibbs is. But to the masses, to the world and stuff like that, pop culture America, they don't know nothing about Freddie Gibbs. So for him to get on a track with Kanye West doing what he does and stuff, it's just it's an eye opener to them, because having that skill, that way of lyricism, is something that is not heavily pushed on mainstream radio. So it's new to them. But to us that really, really listen to hip hop and are fans of lyricism, this is nothing new. Freddie Gibbs been cooking like this forever, since he been out. You know, so if you know, you know. But if you're a new fan and stuff like that, this is definitely going to be something that is shocking to y'all. And Kanye West's return is more important to the culture right now more than people realize. Because every time that man comes out, something changes. Something changes in the way that we create music, the sound, and how we approach music. Because if you listen, anybody, whether you're a fan of Kanye West or not, one thing that everybody must agree on, unless you're an absolute hater, is a Kanye West record does not sound like anybody else on the radio. If I was to play a radio song, if I was to pull up the playlist right now for what is current, what is active, what is the bangers on the mainstream radio, and I play the top 10 list, you will notice that the sounds that we are hearing, every song sounds similar to one song to the next. They all got the same groove. They all got the same texture. They all got the trap beats. They all got the drill beats. This is all you're hearing. But when you put on a Kanye West, when you put on a Kanye West record, you could tell the separation, and it's by a landslide. It's a huge margin. I remember looking at a Rick Rubin interview just the other day, and he said something. This was like a old interview where he was doing the I think the Yeezus record, and he mentioned after working on Kanye West record and pushing that out, where they had like a real tight deadline to get all those songs done within 2 weeks, and they managed to get it done and stuff like that. It was already a pretty epic record to be putting out. And he said something amongst the lines of like, when he was listening to another rapper's record, after coming off of producing Kanye West shit. When he heard it, he didn't he kind of didn't know how to feel about it. He didn't know what he was comparing it and referencing it from after hearing a Kanye West record. Because when he heard it, this is what he said in so many words, like, it probably was a good record. It probably was a really, really, really good record. He said he didn't really know. He didn't know how to gauge it, because after hearing the Kanye West record, then going back to hearing another person's record, he felt like it sounded like everybody else's songs on the radio. So he couldn't tell the difference. But the separation of hearing a Kanye West record, it's like you got Kanye West record and everybody else. The separation was so huge and stuff like that it was just undeniable, and its distinguished details of sound. And that's why I say, like, the importance of Kanye West coming back into the scene of music is such a monumental thing, and why it's such a big deal. And if you was to go on YouTube and type in Kanye West right now, it's going to be on your feed for a while. And Kanye West don't even have a distribution deal no more, and people are already going crazy about his return. We all know, no matter what people feel about it, Kanye West is always going to sell. And if you ever been to a concert for Kanye West, he's one of the greatest performers, because of all the extra stuff that he does when he put into his concerts. His concerts feel like plays. It feels like a whole setup for an actual show or a movie, or it just seems so theatric. The extra shit that he does that other artists don't do. Going to a Kanye West concert is one of those things that I highly suggest everybody get a chance to experience at least once in their life. It is absolutely amazing. When you go to a Kanye West concert, it's an experience. Not just a listening type of thing where you go to a concert of one of your other favorite rappers and you vibe out to it. No. Kanye West concerts is always an experience that relives in your mind and your memories for life. You never forget them. And rumors have it that album supposed to drop Friday, but I don't really foresee that actually happening, because the records that we heard from the listening party did not sound finished. They didn't sound properly mixed, and some songs and stuff like that he put out and stuff, it didn't seem like he had a lot of verses from Kanye West. It was just like very small sections. He didn't really rap a lot at all. Oh Lord, this person over here interrupting my live. Anyway, yeah, there was a lot of unfinished tracks that was displayed on Kanye West's listening party. So if it was anything like how we experienced for the Donda situation, we know that there's going to be a whole bunch of revisions that's going to happen before he actually has the completed album. but he'll still have it out and released to the public and just gradually tweak it over time. One of the habits that I really don't care for Kanye West doing, but it's something that we got to deal with. But we know that as a craftsman of his work and passionate as he is, he always going to complete the objective, and he's going to give us something that is serviceable to the fans and the listeners. So that's to be expected. Other things that went on with the current state of hip hop, battle rap, and stuff like that, as I discussed before, is that the previous URL event that had New Jersey Twerk and Murder Mook as the headliner for their Homecoming 2 event. It was an absolute banger. I'm so close to calling it a classic because it was a good back and forth. Even though New Jeru's definitely overperformed to a caliber of, it just seemed like if anybody battled New Jersey Twerk at that high level, because New Jersey Twerk was on 10 throughout almost every single round. Twerk was unbeatable that night. And still an unbeatable Twerk got into a situation with Murder Mook to where Murder Mook was hanging with him. He didn't completely just die. And the third round and stuff like that, as we know for people that watch it, is that New Jersey Twerk decided to bring out what's his name? I'm losing train of thought here. Briz. He brought out Briz, which we know from the altercation and stuff that happened years ago, where Murder Mook had snuffed Briz right on stage, hit him in his jaw and shit. And Briz, last that we know of seeing him on stage and stuff, is running off the stage from the altercation that happened. They decided, or New Jersey Twerk decided, to surprise Mook and bring him out as a prop, which was a bad idea altogether because of what I just said, what happened in that transition of the last time we seen Briz Rawlstein on the stage in front of Mook. And Mook quickly de-escalated that situation by telling them, like, y'all want to bring the victim. You want to bring the victim on stage, the person I snuffed on stage, like it was supposed to mean something. And of course, in that very moment, Briz Rawlstein still walked off stage. He ran away from the situation. So that didn't make it any better. That is like negated the whole round. And Murder Mook won round 3 convincingly. There's no way in hell anybody else can say otherwise. There's no such thing as a New Jersey Twerk with a 30 in that matchup, unless you're completely biased, and it'll be very well noticed. Round 1, Twerk definitely left Earth, even though Murder Mook had a very strong round that would have bested a lot of different people. But Twerk, with that energy and that charisma that he comes with, it's just unbeatable. He would have had to approach this battle like Charlie Clips did when he first battled Twerk. Whereas where the way Clips played that role is that he pretty much took the round off on round 1 because he knew that Twerk's best round is going to be the first round. He kind of reminds you of Hit Me and Holler. He's going to put all his energy into the first round. So in a strategic way, that's the way that Murder Mook should have played it, and kind of scaled back a lot of his heavy material that was in round 1 and just gave a serviceable round just so he can compact that all his best haymakers and stuff like that into round 2, because that's where where Murder Mook was battling up New Jersey Twerk was actually doing the opposite. He was tailing off after coming up so high. He gradually was going down. And if Mook would have strategically planned it out better, he could have possibly won this matchup a lot more convincingly. Battle rappers, moving forward and stuff like that, study your opponents and stuff. Somebody like New Jersey Twerk, learn from what Charlie Clips gave you and let Twerk do his thing on round one, because there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you could do about it to try to beat his absolute best round. So let him have it. Let him have it, and put all your energy into the last two rounds, because that's where he's going to tailor off. But that's where your best option to best New Jersey Twerk is going to be at. It's no different than doing these text battles that we have on ST, and I do these 3 rounds to certain exclusive battles and stuff like that. As that becomes more of a norm for people to do, and people kind of study people, how they approach each round, they're going to start to dissect it and detect where the person is usually the strongest suit. Are the strongest suit the best verse is going to come out the first round? Is it going to come out the second round, or is it going to come out the third round? You know? And the matchup between Penny and Mugga, what we had evaluated in that situation is that the best round from Sam came out the round 1. The best round for Mugga came out of round 3. The most controversial round was round 1, where, you know, it was going back and forth on both behalf, but Mugga had edged it through the masses. And then Penny won conventionally on the second round, where Mugga took the round off. And Mugga's round on round 3 was so impactful, we pretty much forgot everything that Sam said in the third round. So how could Sam could have kind of like combated that in a different strategic aspect? Let's kind of do a deep dive into that. Just think about it. And hold on, I got a message here. Apologize that I was just responding to somebody that I sent a link to the StreamYard to let them know what it was about. I told them I'm just doing the blog stuff. I'm going live right now. But anyway, so going back to what I was saying, let's take a deep dive into what's something that Sam could have did differently going against Mugga that might have gave him a better chance to possibly come out with a win in this. As we know, the third round was the most monumental for Mugga, and round 1 was a edge for Mugga in the masses. Not by a lot. It wasn't by a landslide. If anybody telling you any differently, they lying and they capping. Okay? It was definitely preference. But let's just say, if Sam was to take some of his stuff from his third round, some of his best material from the third round, and compact that into the first round, could that possibly change the forecast of how the first round went? Even though, like, the first round of Sam was probably the best verse that he had, but he still came out, you know, short going against Mugga. Just barely. So it only makes you come in with the thought process here. If Sam would have somewhat took something from his third round and moved it to his first, and kept all the best haymakers from his first still in that round. But he probably changed maybe about 1 or 2 bars from his third verse and migrated to the first. He probably would have took that first round. That's how close it was. He probably could have took the first round. Matter of fact, I 100% guarantee you he would have took that first round if he would have took something from his third, maybe 2 bars from his third, and slid it to the first. If he played it that way, if he had the strategic chess mode type of strategy, thinking in his mind, going into the battle, thinking like, oh, Mugga going second, and he got the closer for the third round. That's probably where he's going to let off all the. That's where he's going to let off all the gunshots. So let him have third round, because there's nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it, because he gets the closer. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that round off. Let him have it. But this first one right here, that's why I'm gonna go ahead and gloves is off on the first round. You would approach it like that, we might be having a different discussion right now on who came out on top. And I know what some of y'all thinking, well, Mugga got to go second, so he already had a huge advantage. Let me tell y'all once again, because y'all all have brain cramps on how the format of this is, right? Yes, there is a slight advantage of going second because you have the rebuttal feature, but he only can rebuttal 1 bar. In text form, 4 lines is equivalent to 1 bar. It'll allow you to get a setup and a punchline. That's all he could use. And the way these formats go, I always see the verse before they add the rebuttal in. So there's nothing that person does of a vantage point to where they can write the whole verse around your round. That doesn't happen. I always get the original copy before the added addition of the rebuttal. So keep that in mind, that going second is only a slight advantage, but it's not a major advantage because you only can rebuttal 1 bar. Okay, so let's take that narrative away from saying Mugga had a serious landslide type of advantage over Sam because he got to go second, because that's false. Because the advantage point is only very, very marginal, slim margin. Okay, but doing those 3 rounds is a strategic thing. It's a strategic thing to do when you're presented with a battle in that format. So you have to think in a chess match type of way to come out on top. You got to have some sort of battle IQ to kind of figure out the mind of your opponent and how he thinks. And you got to outthink him. It's chess, not checkers. But yeah, that's how I feel when kind of like evaluating that battle and how it rolled out. I see Ron Skeen had put out a call out thread for audio. There's some guy that accepted a battle, but I never heard of him before. His name is BTIC Nationwide. I'm not sure that that's going to be a battle I will book because I have no references of what this guy is and what he sounds like. So if you're watching this live, this person that said this response to Rhyme Scheme, we gonna need a reference of something that you did to see if you're a legitimate person to battle him. because you can easily be a troll. We get too many of y'all on these platforms asking for battles and don't show up to them. So we definitely gonna need some type of reference track, some reference battle to validate that you're authentic. Okay. Otherwise, that shit ain't gonna never get booked. We don't do catfish profiles. So let me just go ahead and let that be known right off the rip. And this is a premier battle league as well that doesn't book everybody. We only book stars. We book people that I feel that can main event a card, because I structure everything to feel like it's a main event. Everybody get their own segment to shine individually when I drop the battle, and they get a lot of breathing room to conclude the battle before we go to the next. I never drop several battles in the same day and let people decipher which one they want to pick and choose or what they want to watch. I make sure each and every battle get their own individual shine, because every battle on ST, in my regards and how I like to move, if you're booked on ST and you get a battle, you are a main event. And I expect nothing but the best quality on ST to perform like main eventers. And as I always wanted to bring that type of spirit to where people can feel a sense of pride of being booked on ST, because they know everybody don't get those looks. It's a bragging right in its own right to say, like, if you was going back and forth with somebody that was trying to throw dirt on your name and say that you're beneath them or whatever, you can rebuttal that situation and say, like, wait a minute, you've been battling XYZ this long and you never got an ST battle. But I've been on ST several times, and we know that on that platform, it's exclusive to book premier battlers that are cooking. So if you never got booked on ST, is you really as hot as you think you is? Because if you was hot, Phantom would have known about it. He would have reached out to you, and he would have got you booked. But some reason you was never under the radar, and you never got invited out to be on this platform and showcase your talent. Look at the amount of work that's get put into some of these promos. Yes, I bugged the shit out of y'all with this at everyone type thing, because I'm putting in work to get the word out for information for people to listen to, to follow, to get the heads up of what's going on. And I go ahead and try to find some of the best graphic designers to customize some banners and flyers for you. I come up with these vlogs and I talk about it. I do breakdowns. I give you content on top of content on top of content on a regular basis. One of the hardest working men inside this battle rap culture on Facebook. 100% facts. No capping involved. It's what we do. But I also discussed to y'all that I have future ambitions to consider going all audio and video in the StreetTalk public page, Facebook group. You know, due to the fact that there's just been too much shade going on when I was doing text battles and stuff and try to cater to the crowd and stuff. You know, it just, people showing a lot of disinterest in it, and I put in too much work to have people kind of like shun me out of it. So, you know, if people want to continue to give me that same energy, I'm gonna go in a different direction because I don't have to do none of this. But shout out to some of the people that still messing with me in this culture and still want to be a part of ST and want to be on this platform because you admire what it does, you admire the work ethic that's been put in, and you still see this as a platform of exclusivity to be a part of. You understand the vision, you understand what the direction of what I'm trying to do, and you believe in it. You need a lot more, y'all. Let me see on YouTube what else is going on in the culture here that I can kind of like chop it up with y'all before I get off of here. Still a whole bunch of talk about Kanye West, as I already discussed earlier. Oh, there's a article talk about a major lie that TMZ had put out on Kanye West. Talk about the Backstreet Boys are looking to possibly want to sue Kanye West for the Backstreet Boys sample. But what they don't realize is the vocals for that sample was replayed, which means, like, if you don't understand what I mean by that, it means that he hired other singers to perform that sample. So therefore, when that happens, if you're a producer, you kind of know about resampling when you replay a sample. When you replay a sample, it's on the same grid line as if you was doing a cover track. So when you do that, you get a mechanical license. That's what you pay for sampling it, because you had to put it together manually yourself. And it is a boatload, a lot cheaper than actually sampling the actual source itself. And that's what Kanye West did in that scenario. And with the lie of Backstreet Boys looking to sue, if that was even so happened to be possible that they tried to, Backstreet Boys would lose that case easily and not get paid a single dime and look stupid in the process, and would have to pay Kanye West if he decide to countersue the situation after they lose. So it wouldn't be very smart for them to do. Kanye West been sampling for years, and he knows the ins and outs of the industry of what you can and can't do. You think he that stupid? You gotta be living under a rock to think he is. The dude is actually a billionaire. Come on now. Even though it's not documented that he is, the dude is a billionaire. There's no doubt in my mind that he ain't. It is not tracked that he is, which is smart. But other than that, let's see what else is. Anything going on in IRL? Let me check. No, just a bunch of welcomes and the recap of the Sam Miller and Mugga battle on round 2, I believe. Yeah, it's round 2. Round 3 should be coming up very soon for the recap. So make sure you be in tune for that and check them out. Stop by. And Bars Battle League. They always got things going on with different battles and stuff like that. And I would also invite y'all to check out a battle by Credo Sage, who had a battle versus Tay G on Gage Battle League. I will leave that link down below for y'all to check out and stuff like that. He's an incredible talent, fire on audio, and I strongly advise y'all to check him out and be supportive of what he does. More so because if you support him, I could probably get him to come on the platform and give us an audio battle and display his talent as well. But y'all got to show him some love and be supportive of what he's doing as well, so he can feel welcome to be back on ST on this platform and give us a show as well. That's the best way to get new talent to want to come over to ST and give us a show. It's by supporting what they do outside of ST. Okay, always remember that. One hand washes the other. You can't be greedy and only think about just yourself in this culture, because you won't get very far ever doing that. Okay, you got to look out for each other. Support goes a long way, and support goes both ways, not just one. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end this live. Thank y'all for rocking out for me and checking out the live. Appreciate y'all that's probably going to watch this on the watch back. And thank y'all for rocking out with ST and checking out for further developments and details that I display to y'all and give y'all in the future. I wanted to do my best to be consistent with the vlogs and stuff, because this is the direction I want to go. Just kind of giving out information about battle rap and media and stuff like that. So that's more so what I'm trying to do personally myself in future endeavors. So you will probably see me start to do more vlogs and stuff like that on a high scale things as I'm moving stuff towards the YouTube channel and putting out that information and stuff and trying to get my followers up. One way or another, though, I'm going to succeed with you or without you. Always been that way. Ain't nobody going to hold me down. I'm going to always hold myself up. But y'all be easy, though. Street talk, to talk different. Hollering.